We all have our playgrounds that we love to spend time in. It's not until they're actually taken away or threatened that many of us take notice. This place is shrinking, and this could happen in your backyard, too. That's the reason for coming here. It's up to all of us to speak up and protect it. Even if you never come to Utah, and this is not your home state, or you'll never spend any time here, it really is up to all of us to protect our public lands, and it's starting here right now.
There were X number of acres that were designated as a national monument. When Obama went out of office, he signed it off. The Trump administration went straight to looking at it and rescinding a large portion of what was recently designated. And in doing that, they also looked at Grand Staircase-Escalante.
Every day was totally unique, from rock climbing to pack rafting, but really day 4 was kind of the really big adventure day.
We had to do the big ride on the Immigrant Trail across Lake Powell.
Oh, this is awesome! So we're basically a raft that we blow up, we have paddles that we put together, life jackets we put on, and you strap the bike to the front of the boat.
We crossed right at sunset, which is perfect. It's typically more calm then, and it was nice.
We were hoping we'd be there a little earlier, but everything took a little longer. But we're pretty close, and so we're like, we're just gonna push through and finish in the dark. It's not far, right?
Doing awesome, man, come on. Freaking great.
Little rock climbing in the dark, so it was good.
Wheels up.
I can't even, I'm like, oh, these super light wheel, I'm like,
Can't pick it
I
up.
can't lift it up anymore. Oh.
Sweet, where's the tour bus?
Edward Abbey is an author. And he spent most of his life in the desert here, this desert of the Southwest, and he has some amazing writing that really speaks to me. And he probably was one of the first people really outwardly talking about protecting these lands. He talks about the majesty of this place, but he also talks about extraction and oil and gas and, you know, sort of abusing the land. And I think he really was one of the first people who was talking about what's going on here in the desert, the beautiful things, but also the things that maybe aren't so beautiful and aren't so nice to look at. And I really love his writing because you can tell he was in love with this place. It's catching the wind.
So we're getting ready for this pack rafting segment, and I'm unrolling my boat and repacking it. And Rebecca's like, oh, that's a Black Sun boat. Cool. And I think you were like, that's the Abbey book that I brought with on this trip.
Oh my God.
Is that exactly how it went down, pretty much? Yeah. And it was just, we were just rolling this stuff out on the road, repacking, and I just thought it was perfectly timed, and it was perfect that the book would come and be on a trip with the boat.
I do believe that for some reason or another, you know, Doom and I were meant to do a trip together, and, you know, I feel like we're kindred spirits, and we're cut from a similar cloth, and seeing the whole Black Sun on his boat and on my book, it just kind of sealed the deal. Like, okay, this trip is great. It's gonna be great, and it was great. And I have a feeling it was our first, but definitely not our last trip together.
You're a climber. I don't know what you're talking about.
Felt so good to climb a crack again. Look at that. I'm just like,
I know. Climber, I can tell. Me.
My first biggest takeaway from this trip is how essential being out in the wilderness is for me as a person.
One last ticket before it's gone. One last summer before it's fall.
You know, I came into this trip with stress, knee pain, you know, basically just kind of being a bundle of nervous energy and just not in a great place. And slowly over the course of the trip, you know, those things were healing. My knee even healed on the trip. My stress started to drip away during the trip. So to me, it's so clear how my mental health and wellness is tied into being out in the wilderness on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah, it's super special. It's super special. I don't think anyone can come out here and disagree with that, even though you may disagree with me on what should or shouldn't be here, or what designations it should have or not. But when it comes down to it, you come here and you know that this is a special place.
Ask myself, where should I go? Did I do enough to feed my soul?
My one big takeaway is that to continue to heal and be my best person, I need to spend time in nature. And the second part of that, the second takeaway is that I don't want to lose this. And it will personally affect me and my health and well-being, but it will personally affect so many other people who don't even yet know what this is about, what being in the wilderness is about. People who aren't even born yet, you know, we need to save and protect it, not just for us right now, but for everybody else later.